welcome to my video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Ubuntu, and I'm going to be testing out the latest ISO snapshot that they have. Since the release ISO is not out yet, I have to try out the beta ISO. Let's see if this works better than my previous video from the older ISO that I had in the past that was pretty bad. I got a new one, so this is the beta ISO. Let's see if this works good in a virtual machine. I hadn't tested it out yet, so let's just show you my experience with this ISO and see how it goes. So yeah, hopefully it goes pretty good. So let's get right to it. So I've been having some problems using stuff like virtual machine and all that with KDE. I think KDE is the problem. So I'm going to try running the Fedora stuff, Ubuntu on GNOME. And I want to see if it will work better on GNOME. Maybe KDE is the problem. I'm really guessing it is. Like, I don't like to hate on KDE, but it's been buggy with me for a while. I try to cope with it, try to deal with it. I want to say good things about it, but I can't. Like GNOME, I don't really care for it. It's too bare minimum. Like, it's minimal. Like, I mean, I like it, but it needs a lot of extensions to make it an actual desktop. That's why there's Ubuntu, because Ubuntu basically does what I do. Not exactly, but it's very, like, I use the same stuff. Like, I use Dash-a-Doc, I use App Indicator, you know, I use desktop icons. Like, Ubuntu uses all that stuff. That's what Ubuntu is like a lot of I really don't like the new VirtualBox. I hate this little stupid freaking thing. This feature, I wish they just take it away. It's so annoying. I don't think anybody likes this pop-up thing. This I really hate. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to swear either, because I swear in my last video, and I just kind of like, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to load this up in GNOME. Like, this stuff is really, like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this after work. I'm kind of tired, and things are not going the way I want it to go, and it's frustrating me a lot. Ubuntu is not working good at all. VirtualBox ain't working good at all. Wayland just needs a lot more improvement. I like Wayland, don't get me wrong. But man, I don't know. VirtualBox just seems like it's not working good on Fedora. Cause I use VirtualBox on other distributions, mainly on Arch Linux, and it worked quite well. Like, I'm not like I don't want to brag up Arch Linux, but it worked quite well on Arch Linux. I love Fedora. I don't know. Like, what's the problem, really? I don't know what is what. I'm not sure if it's Ubuntu. I'm not sure if it's VirtualBox. I'm not sure if it's Wayland. I don't know what the problem is, man. Update it. Just update it. Ubuntu. Noble. I'll show you Noble. Okay. So you have to go to the desktop, and I have to reload the installer. I'm just going to do it all default here. Let's go. Next. Like, the installer is just a bunch of next. It's kind of like installing applications on Windows. It's kind of the same idea. Oops. Okay, let's see if it will function properly on GNOME. Maybe it was just KDE all along. So I'm gonna pause the video because this might take a while. So let me pause that. For some reason, I really honestly think it's working a lot better on GNOME. Like, it just seems like it's running really smooth. I think KDE 6 is buggy. Like, when it comes to virtualization, I think KDE is really buggy. I see why people like to use GNOME. I see why I always use GNOME in the past as well. I love KDE. Don't get me wrong. I think KDE is a fantastic desktop environment. It is everything I want on Linux in a desktop environment. Hands down. Like, seriously, I really like KDE a lot. But when it comes to GNOME, I find things work really well on GNOME. Like, it's very stable and a lot of application. Even with NVIDIA, I've been impressed how well NVIDIA works with GNOME 46. Like, it just works really well. I don't have any problems like with Wayland. Like, I use Wayland. I think I'm using Wayland. Let's see if I'm using Wayland. I am not using Wayland. I'm using X11 Session. I went to Wayland. That's probably why it's working better. That's probably why VirtualBox is working better. It's probably not even KDE. It's probably Wayland. It's probably Wayland. Oh, that makes sense. It could be very much Wayland. See, this installer, I'm not sure if it's setting up stuff. I don't know what it's doing. Like, it just does this. And, like, this is like my third time trying to install Ubuntu on VirtualBox. It just feels like it seems like it's going in a loop. It's set up the system, but what is it setting up? I don't see any progression. I don't see any percentage. It just shows this stupid animation. Ooh, wow. Like, but like, there's no activity on anything. There's no activity on the network, on the disk, or the hard disk. And it just shows this animation. But I'm not sure if it's installing anything, because like this log thing, it stopped functioning. So it's been 2 minutes now. It hadn't been functioning. So I will just let this sit down. Like, it's 10:15. At 10:30, if it's still doing it at 10:30, it's definitely not setting up anything. It should be done by 10:30. So I'm just gonna go in the living room, chill on the couch, and come back and check this PC and see if Ubuntu install on the virtual disk, or it crashed, or if it's still going in the loop. We'll see when I get back. Okay, I really think this installer is not working properly, because it's just going in a loop. It's not doing anything. There's no activities. It's not setting up anything. Like, the hard drive should have activities. It's not having any activities. I don't know. Let's say if I quit it. Okay? It just quits. It doesn't give me any errors or any warnings. So let's say if I want to power this off. Okay? By the way, it seems to be working really well. Like, I think Ubuntu is not really, doesn't even want to power off. Like, seriously? Okay. Oops. Let's see if it installed my hard drive. Let's just try to boot it up. Huh, that did work. So the installer doesn't tell me that it's done, but it basically installed the it's installed on the hard drive. It's running it. So it did work. That's very interesting. See this advertisement stuff? What is this? Microsoft Windows here? Windows 11? Hey, Ubuntu? You trying to be like Windows? Hey? You trying to be like Windows? My God. No. Anything else you want to advertise here? Freaking hey. Okay. Let's see if I can, nope. There's no guest edition? Like, whoa, what the hell? Let's put the guest edition in there. Alright, guest editions. Downloading guest edition. Did it download it? Do I... Could not find the guest edition disk image. Do you wish to download the disk image from the internet? Yeah. But it doesn't download it. Where's the terminal? This is really confusing. Okay. How you install guest editions? Anyways. It installed, but not the way I wanted to install it. So let me just do a review on the system, since I'll just do it like this size here. Ubuntu. Well, I don't like all those. Oh, I could actually make it bigger. Okay. Nice. Okay. There you go. That's how you make full screen. Cool. Nice. It doesn't do it automatically, but you can make it a full screen. All right. Now let's change the back wallpaper here. Interesting. We'll just use this one. So Ubuntu. Well, all the advertisement, like it advertised in Pro, even on the development branch, which it shouldn't be on the develop. What's it? Ubuntu desktop? Okay, that's changed. I want this on the bottom. That's the dock. I want it on the bottom. Yes. I don't want it panel mode. Dock seems to be changed a bit too as well. Okay. Next stage, put it there. Okay. Always do this when you first install any GNOME-based system. You go to privacy, you go to history, you put clear, then you put that off. Also, screen locking, you don't want that. You don't want to lock it. So don't have that there. And also, power. Okay, good. Anyways, that's good enough. So you have Ubuntu desktop. Ubuntu desktop basically just sets the dock up and all that. Okay. Show home, sure. Okay. Good. I don't know why I show the battery. I don't have no battery. Like, what's the battery? Okay. Anyways. Snap. Don't like. Ads. I don't like. Ubuntu GNOME desktop. I do like. This is a very nice desktop. This is how GNOME should be by default. It should look like this. But I wish they had some transparency, you know, like something like this. It's too plain. I don't know. Maybe some people like that. I don't really like that too much. I really don't like ads like that. Ubuntu Pro. I get it. They're a company, right? But Fedora, we'll say like Red Hat. It's a big company, very big company, right? IBM is a very big company, but you don't see them advertising anything inside Fedora at all. Like, they don't advertise Red Hat stuff. They don't advertise anything like that. You know what I mean? It's very bare bones, very clean. Ubuntu used to be like this, but now they're advertising this Ubuntu Pro as like a subscription. And I don't like that. It seems kind of like, oh, you know, we're not asking much, you know, like, it's just a little bit. But it's gotta get more and more and more and more and more. They're gonna shove it and they're gonna promote it more. They're gonna promote it more. And this I don't like. Seeing that Ubuntu Pro, like right at the beginning, and asking to collect data and all that crap, I really don't like that. I don't. What do I think of Ubuntu? I think they make a really nice GNOME desktop. That's where I stop. I don't like Snap. I don't like them advertising shit in their OS. I don't like it. And I don't like Snap. I think Snap kind of ruins the whole entire system. There's no option to install Ubuntu without Snap. And this Ubuntu Pro thing is being like promoted and advertised in the system really just I don't think I'm gonna even touch Ubuntu again. Like, I'm pretty much done with Ubuntu. Like, I'm sorry, Ubuntu, I'm done with you guys. Like, I can't run your system anymore, and I'm just getting mad. I'm just being rude and mean, and I might offend people that likes Ubuntu, and like, I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna avoid Ubuntu. I don't hate the distribution, but I don't like the direction where it's going to. So call me out. I'm done with Ubuntu for good, unless they do a major change with the system. But I really can't. Like, I put power off. It just goes to the, like, I put power off. It logs me out. The installer does it install the system, but it doesn't tell me that the installation is done. It just loops around, makes me wait for nothing because I don't know any progress. Like, the installer looks nice, but it's really not a good installer. I prefer Arch install. Like, I'm totally honest. I prefer Arch install over Ubuntu new installer. I do not. That's another thing. I do not like their new installer. I know this video ain't gonna like be like you Ubuntu fanboys or fangirls that likes Ubuntu, and like, you know, it's your system. I don't mean to hurt you guys' feelings. It's a personal feeling. I am not digging Ubuntu, okay? I used Ubuntu way back in 2004. Every single release, I see it transition to different types of systems over the years, okay? And Ubuntu 24.04 is probably the worst release, like the worst release I ever saw from Ubuntu ever in my entire life. This is bad. I don't like it. It looks nice, but it surely does not run good on this system. It runs terrible in VirtualBox. I mean, it runs okay in VirtualBox, okay? Without Wayland. Like, Wayland is probably not ideal to run virtual machine. I don't know what's wrong with Wayland. I think it's probably NVIDIA as well. I use an NVIDIA GPU on this PC, so that could be partially the problem as well. But anyways, like, let's say if I just install Ubuntu on a hard drive, on actual hardware, okay? Just the advertisement of Ubuntu Pro and forcing Snap on you. They don't give you an option that you can install it without Snap. It's like use Snap and only Snap. Okay, it's like they're trying to promote their Snap store and all that Snap stuff, Ubuntu, and they're kind of like competing against Red Hat, right? Or like, you know what I mean? Like they're all business. Like, we were just users using these systems, so like we're just users, right? We're basically the testers. And then these people are companies, okay? Especially like even System76, that's a company. They make computers. Manjaro, they make computers. They're a company, and they also do a distribution. Same as Fedora, they make computers as well. So I mean, like, they're all companies, you know what I mean? And you know, like, even though they're all Linux, they're all companies, and sometimes, you know, they're all competing. Like, they're kind of competing a little bit against each other. Not against each other, but they're competing. Like, it's a business. You know what I mean? They're all competing, and they're trying to be like, trying to be like Red Hat, Fedora. Ubuntu is doing their own thing, but it's like, I just don't like this advertising. Like a big company like Red Hat and IBM, you don't see no ads at all whatsoever in Fedora yet. But hopefully they don't, because that'll piss me off too. Like, I'll be mad just as much as with Fedora if they start advertising stuff in their distribution. I will go back to Arch Linux, like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't like all this advertisement stuff. Even like OpenSUSE, you go to OpenSUSE, they don't advertise SUSE, Enterprise, nothing. It's just pretty much a distribution. Like Fedora does the same thing, but Ubuntu, they're like going really hardcore. They're going like Microsoft level, man. Like collecting data and advertisements for their Ubuntu Pro, because it's something new, you know, they want to advertise that. I don't know. I don't like that. I ain't digging that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Canonical, man, that, I don't know. It's not a system for me anymore. That's for sure. I don't hate it. It's just, I ain't gonna use it anymore. I want to see a better direction, and I doubt it either. I don't think they're gonna change. Anyways, that is my video. That is my rant. That is my last video of Ubuntu. So I won't do any more videos, because it probably will just be a lot of negative videos, and probably won't make the Ubuntu people happy at all. And I'm pretty disappointed, because I actually do like Ubuntu. I want it to be good, you know, but to me that's not making Ubuntu good. It's making it bad. Like, to see advertisements and all that stuff on an open source FOSS operating system, that's pretty shameful. It's really shameful. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Cheers.